So Tom Aspinall just defended his interim World Heavyweight Championship against Curtis the Razor Blades. We thought that Tom Aspinall has a weakness in wrestling and it would be exposed when he fights someone like Curtis Blades. What just happened in that fight? In just under 60 seconds, there was no chance for Curtis Blades to use his wrestling. He did some of his striking, but there was no chance of him doing his wrestling, and he lost that fight by just getting one punch and then ground and pound by Tom Aspinall. Now we want a fight between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. Earlier than this match, I must confess, because everyone was like, we want to see Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones. I was like, okay, let me just. I made this video 1 year ago, I think, where I said that Jon Jones is afraid of Tom Aspinall. Now I would say that now he must be really afraid, because I had this doubt that whether Tom Aspinall would be able to handle Jon Jones on the ground. I mean, that's a very strange thing to say. I mean, Tom Aspinall would be able to understand or able to handle the wrestling of Jon Jones on the ground, that is, and would he be able to win the fight in wrestling department? Now I think he may not need it because Tom Aspinall is really fast. The one conclusion from this fight is Tom Aspinall is way more faster than any of these heavyweights. Although Tom Aspinall keeps his head high, I don't think people realize this. He keeps his head high, but that's not a problem against Jon Jones because Jon Jones is not a finisher by his hands. He's not a good boxer. He's a good kicker, but he's not a good boxer. So that won't be a problem. And all the Jon Jones kicks are rarely to the head, although he knocked out Daniel Cormier like that. But it isn't like that always with Jon Jones. He doesn't use lots of kicks. I mean, he uses kicks, but he used this for the legs and to the body. He doesn't use it on the head, and that's a problem because Tom Aspinall keeps his head high and he's exposed to punches, but he isn't exposed to kicks because Tom Aspinall is, of course, taller than Jon Jones. I mean, Jon Jones has a huge 84-inch reach, but Tom Aspinall doesn't have that much reach, but he's taller than Jon Jones. And I don't think Jon Jones would get the chance to do his wrestling against Tom Aspinall because Tom Aspinall is so fast and so good in boxing. I think he trains with Tyson Fury, so you would know how good he is. And that's how I think he will win this fight. And we need to see this match for many reasons. The first reason being is that if you really want Jon Jones to be a legitimate two division champion, then you would have to make him fight with someone who is actually the best heavyweight of that time, and that is Tom Aspinall. That isn't old man Stipe. That isn't Cyril Gahn, who just knows one thing, like striking. He doesn't even know nothing about wrestling. So that's how. I mean, even Francis Ngannou was handling Cyril Gahn in terms of wrestling department. So I think Jon Jones must fight Tom Aspinall if he really wants to be called as two division champion, real two division champion. Because it's not like you are two division champion because you won against someone who is not good in like wrestling. It's just like you're just using the shortcut that you're just using the path of least resistance and you're just winning. This is not the way, and I don't think this is how you would be called as the two division champion because you didn't fight the best heavyweight in your era, like in the era that you were trying to become two division champion in. Yes, you were light heavyweight champion of the world for a very long time, but now you have to fight Tom Aspinall because, and I think it would be like if he really wants to fight Stipe, I mean, let him have that fight. But if he quits after that fight, if he says that I'm retiring, I think it would be like a big stain in his career because it would be like you're running away from something. And mixed martial artists, I mean, mixed martial artists are inspiring people. They don't run away from something. Okay, it's not like his career elsewhere, like what his personality is. He runs away lots of time. He hides under the cages. He does many things. Jon Jones. I mean, I'm a fan of Jon Jones in terms of what he does in the ring, but I would still say that he needs to. But that he needs to. I just literally, my earpods literally fell on the ground. It just is that Jon Jones should have this match where he should be able to call himself as the heavyweight champion. Now we fans, we don't call him the heavyweight champion. We know who the heavyweight champion is. Heavyweight champion of the world is Tom Aspinall. In my humble opinion, I think if Jon Jones just goes off to the sunset and just says that this is it after a Stipe fight, that's it, man. You were the second best heavyweight, maybe not the second, not even the second. You were just a heavyweight that just had the privilege where you need to fight someone who is not over the hill or someone who is not good in all departments, and you're just fighting like Cyril Gahn and then Stipe Miocic. It's not like you're not doing the things which make us fans to talk about you as double champ because you're not. You are just lucky. And if you really want to become double champ, fight Tom Aspinall, win against him. Or even if you lose against him, it would be like you took the hardest route, and that would make us, like fans of you. And I must confess, I'm a fan of Jon Jones doing the thing Jon Jones does in the ring. Like, I mean, his crazy ground and pound and his elbows and all that. I'm a fan of that, but not this mentality where he has to fight Stipe because he was like the greatest of all time. Now, who are you going to fight next? Are you going to fight? I mean, Fedor Emelianenko? Like, who are you going to fight next? I mean, you're going to fight all those greatest of all time because they were greatest of all time, but now they're way past their prime. This is the problem. Like, he doesn't understand that they were greatest of all time. They are not now because now is the champion. Is the time of Tom Aspinall. It is not the time of Stipe Miocic. It's just like you're living 5 years earlier or 10 years earlier. It's not the time. It's not the correct time to fight Stipe Miocic. If you want to fight him, yes, you can fight him, but don't go off the sunset. You just have to stay there and you have to fight Tom Aspinall if you really want to become a champion. If you really want to be called as a champion from the fans. And these are my humble opinions because I think Jon Jones can win against Tom Aspinall. Yes, I do think so. But still, I would say that Tom Aspinall must fight Jon Jones to know the answer because we are really curious about that. After seeing how he handled Curtis Blades is like a very good wrestler in America or something like that. I don't know his credentials. I think he's a American wrestler or something like that. But he should. I mean, I don't know. Tom Aspinall just surprised me because I thought that he must undergo through one takedown of Curtis Blades and then he will be able to recover and then he wins that fight. But it was just like done in 1 minute and it was like, see, Tom Aspinall has one. I mean, he has the shortest span of having average fight time. So it is like crazy and it's just like heavyweight division. We do understand that it is over by one punch, but still though, I mean, who would want him to, like have these snooze fest of a fight like Thomas Almeida or like Curtis Blades? We would want him to win this fight like this against John Jones too. So I mean, of course, I would want John Jones and Thomas Pinal, and all the fans want it. I know this. When I'm talking, I think I say things based on. I mean, I say things as a fan. I'm not a hater of John Jones, although it is this video is just like sounding like that. I know some people are, but this video is not about that. This video is about having the best fighting the best, and this is how it goes. Like you have to fight Tom Aspinall now. Tom Aspinall is the best heavyweight in the division. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. That's what we do in this channel. We talk about martial arts, we talk about football, we talk about things that get me excited in a good way. And yeah, there's a link to my Patreon in my channel, and it's just for making the quality of this content really nice, which is of course very poor because I just record by using my smartphone and in between whenever I have time between clinic shifts. This is what we do. Thanks for watching me.